I was proud of it because it was like the closest you could get to getting arrested without actually going to jail. So
imagine saying, it's just the closest you'll get to getting arrested. Yeah, because you're a white boy living in America. It's the whitest privilege I've ever seen. And it's, what the hell? Hi there, I'm Roux. Welcome to my video where we talk about whatever we want. And today I want to talk about Jack Doherty. Doherty. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. So, I think we can all agree that recently Dr.Phil has been hardcore whoring out his show. Like, he keeps having these spoiled, entitled asshole children on the show who clearly only wrote in, with their parents' permission, to get famous. Ever since that girl, the "catch me outside, how about that?" girl was on the show and she became hella famous and hella rich off of being on Dr.Phil, there have been so many people that have written in and that they've allowed on the show who clearly only went on there with their so-called problems to get airtime, to get famous. Like, even the parents, they're not actually upset with their kids because they will do whatever it takes to get their kids famous. And if their kids are behaving like assholes, it doesn't really matter if it brings in the money, you know? Like that girl who pretended she was a white person, that was just fake. The girl who's like, no, I'm white, and who was like really racist towards black people when she's black herself, yeah, really fake. Really, really fake. And I'm just like, why, Dr. Phil? Why are you whoring out your reputation like this? Are you hurting that much for numbers, for views? Because this is sad now. This is sad at this point. So this morning, I was watching Dr. Phil because it's my guilty pleasure, okay? No matter how bad it gets, it's like a train wreck, you can't look away. And it also makes me feel good about myself, you know? If I feel really bad about myself, I can watch some Dr. Phil and I'm like, well, at least I'm not a horrible person who mistreats their children or who's like a racist or borderline cult leader. That's nice. I feel good about myself now. So I was watching Dr. Phil, and today a bunch of videos about a kid named Jack, whose name I can't pronounce, the last name of Doherty. He's apparently famous. I've never heard of him before. But that's also because I'm not 12. I feel like the majority of his audience are 12. What he became famous for was doing pranks and, you know, being shitty to people. Like, it's getting worse and worse, and his pranks on people aren't funny. Like, no. And he's just like, no, but people love my pranks though. But I'm gonna go on Dr. Phil to see if I can get some help because my pranks are getting so bad. But low-key, I'm gonna get so much attention on Dr. Phil though, and I'm not gonna feel bad about anything I've done. Promo for my shit. That's basically why he went on Dr. Phil. And his father went on there too, and he was just like, well, all of our neighbors hate us because Jack is an asshole, and he keeps disturbing the neighbors and harassing them, but I just don't know what to do about it, you know? He's 17, how do I punish him? I don't understand. And it's like, bitch, if your 17-year-old is bothering the neighbors by revving up their motorcycle, the dirt bike that you probably bought them, and I don't give a shit if he bought it himself, he lives at your house. You can be like, you know what, if you live in my house, you're not riding that dirt bike. But no, his parents are just like, we just don't know what to do, you know? And it's like, yeah, you're not really on here because you're so concerned about your son's behavior. You're on here because you want your son to make more money. That's the real reason you went on here. Let's be honest right now. He's just so obnoxious, though. It really blows my mind that people will do anything for clout. Anything. Like, at this point, people aren't laughing with you. They're laughing at you. And if anyone's laughing with you, they're 12 and you're a 17-year-old. And that's a little sad, don't you think? That all of your supportive audience are 12-year-olds who don't know any better. I feel like with the rise of like Jake Pauls and Logan Pauls of the world, this really shitty, jockey, outrageous behavior that's like really mean to other people and just inconsiderate of everyone around them is somehow glorified because the views, though. You can get so many views, though. Like, they don't care at all about other people. And it's just, I don't understand, how did we get here? Like, I get it, like, because of, like, Jake Paul's of the world, people want to emulate him and become like him, which it seems like this Jack kid wants to be. But it's like, how? Like, YouTube is just slamming down on everyone who uses like swear words because they're so evil, or like stuff that shouldn't be removed from the platform just because it's not child friendly. Why does the world have to be censored like that? I don't understand. But shit like this gets millions of views, and he's raking in the money, and he's like stealing cars. He doesn't have a driver's license, and he's driving down the road, and whenever he's confronted with it, he's just like, well, if I crashed it, I could have just bought a new one. Bitch, that's not the point. You could have hit someone. You could have killed someone. Do you have zero empathy? Why is that content allowed on YouTube? I don't understand. It's just, what? And it's all for this, like, oh, you have to go bigger and better because you can't stop there. Because if you want to get the views, when you're acting like this, you have to get worse and worse. Otherwise, people will stop watching you. And it's just, I don't understand. Who watches this shit and thinks, yes, this is great? I don't understand. They must be 12 or mentally disturbed. I can't think of, like, other people that would enjoy this shit. And I feel like these parents, well, first of all, I don't think they go on DrPhil to fix their kid. They go on DrPhil so their kid can become more famous and they can make even more money off of being a douchebag. But even when they do have a legit, like, well, you know, I think my kid is an asshole. Is there anything I can do? Why do you have to go on DrPhil to understand how to be a parent? Like, you failed. If your child is an asshole who does shitty things to people for views, like that one kid who killed someone to become like TikTok famous, you fucked up. That's like the extremes it will go to. Kids will do whatever they can to get that attention, be it negative or positive, and if you keep rewarding the negative behavior, that's just gonna continue, isn't it? And more of them are gonna do it. I just don't understand the YouTube policy about this, because it's like, so much shit doesn't get monetized that should be, and then this shit is just raking in money. How is it? Yeah, it's all about money. Capitalism. It's disgusting. So let's look at this DrPhil clip. You know how I said the dad is just like, I don't know what to do about him. But then the kid decides to hold up a bunch of police officers by pretending he was drinking while underage. And then his dad goes and bails him out.
What's the worst one that's got you the most worried?
Probably when I ended up in the back of a cop car for like an hour.
Yeah, but you were really proud of that.
I was proud of it because it was like the closest you could get to getting arrested without actually going to jail. So
imagine saying, it's just the closest you'll get to getting arrested. Yeah, because you're a white boy living in America. It's the whitest privilege I've ever seen. And it's, what the hell?
I was like, dang, that was a good video,
Yeah.
but.
You said, wow, look at this, there's 7 cops here all over me. You see any problem with that?
It's not a problem with that. I just thought it was a good opportunity for the prank because they weren't really doing anything. They were just in a circle talking.
That's 7 cops talking to you, and there may be somebody getting mugged or raped or something 10 blocks over, and they don't have police protection because you're scamming 7 cops over here, and so
Yeah.
there's not police coverage somewhere else because they're jacking with.
Well, I mean, and they were just talking in a circle, like nothing was going on.
Well, you don't know that.
That's the thing too. Why would they let him go? Why would the dad come and be like, you know, I have to bail you out because, you know, it's just his career? No. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's actively being a dick, and he's going to have issues when he becomes 18 because then you can't parent him anymore, and the law is going to, and yeah, that's how you end up in jail for shit. I hope he does. If he does continue with like really shitty things, I hope so. It would teach him a lesson. You get what you give. Karma's a bitch. The lack of empathy of this kid, though, is astounding. Because it's like...
Now, my next guest is a neighbor who says she's being harassed by Jack. Rachel joins us via phone from New York. Rachel, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm well, and thank you for joining us. And I'm sorry that you've been harassed in this way. What do you have to say about this?
You know, I think that he should be grateful that I haven't gotten him arrested. I haven't gotten a restraining order against him. You know, I don't think he realizes that the consequences could be a lot worse than what they have been. I mean, I understand that, you know, he's doing this for YouTube and his friends and whatever, but, you know, there comes a time where it really starts to affect someone else's life, and I think that he just really needs to realize that.
Right. So enough's enough and too much is too much, right?
Exactly.
But there's two sides to every story, and I think you guys are kind of focusing just on her side, but
Have you ever apologized to Rachel?
I'm 100% willing to apologize to her right now. Rachel, I am sorry for riding my dirt bike by her house, but I also could have posted her face on the internet also because I wasn't on her property or anything like that.
I'm looking for the apology in there.
Oh, I'm just saying like my side of the story as well, because I'm just saying, like you said, she could have called the cops on me also, but I could have put her face out on the internet, but I chose not to do that because I don't want it to have effect on her life either.
Oh no, it's not like her life was affected or anything. You're just tormenting her in the place she lives with sound pollution, which is a very real crime and very disturbing and very draining and annoying and just can fuck up your life. But no, she hasn't been affected at all because you chose not to show her face in the video. How kind of you. It's like, he's like maliciously saying it too. Like, if I was like, I could have shown her face but I'm so nice I chose not to. And it's like, what the hell? And why does she have to be nice to you when you're fucking disturbing her day and being an asshole in the neighborhood and making so that no one can sleep and no one can relax and no one can be calm or no one can do their job, like if they're working from home, because you keep revving up your motherfucking dirt bike? Why does she have to come over there and be nice to you? Otherwise she's a Karen. You started it, asshole. What the fuck? The lack of empathy of this kid, though, is astounding. Because it's like, he genuinely thinks that he should just be able to do whatever he wants and hashtag live his best life and do whatever that he feels like. And if anyone objects, they're Karens.
It's all in jokes. Like, it's all like, you know, grow up, live life, have fun.
Yeah, do comment below what do you think about this. Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. You're awesome. Please come back. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, Katbra, Madalena Jaworska, Cami, Ellie, and Very Flappy. If anyone's interested in becoming my patron, there's a link below. Yeah, let's discuss, huh? Why? I feel like shit like this is making me lose faith in humanity, really. It is.